you settle on.
All right, we're back, and we've got Drew Lichtenstein playing Dark Side and Chris Kelly playing Light. Chris Kelly looks like Yoda communing.
Imagine that.
And Drew, it's looking like Hunt Down V.
So I spoke to Drew's teammate Matt Lutz a little bit about this matchup in between rounds, and Matt and Drew were playing, I believe, the same 60 here of Hunt Down V, and this is a deck that they designed specifically with the goal of beating Yoda communing. So we will see how that plays out. I know that Matt Lutz played this matchup in round 1 with the Hunt Down V deck, and despite him saying that it was designed to beat Yoda communing, he lost to the same version of the deck that we saw Hayes Hunter playing in his round 1 against Justin Desai with I Must Be Allowed to Speak. I believe that Chris Kelly is playing a slightly different version of the deck. He looks to be playing the space variant, starting squadron assignments.
I talked to Chris Kelly a bit last night, and he told me that he intentionally left like the crucial cards you need for Hitco at home. So he doesn't have the objective. He doesn't have Prophecy of the Force. He doesn't have the Ewok Village. He intentionally didn't bring any of that stuff to Atlanta
so that he couldn't pivot,
so that he wouldn't be convinced to, so that he wouldn't.
Drew, ask Chris to show his middle effect. It's covered up.
Chris Kelly?
Yeah.
It's Squadron Assignment, Jedi Biz, and
Okay, so it's Jedi Business is the middle effect.
But he intentionally left the Hitco stuff behind and didn't bring it to Atlanta because he didn't want to convince himself to play Hitco. And then during the course of yesterday, he convinced himself to play Hitco and was trying to borrow the Prophecy of the Force and the Ewok Village and all that
so
stuff.
it looks like Chris Kelly's playing the build with
So
the
it looks
million versions of R2 and Red 5.
So it looks like at the 11th hour he switched back to Yoda communing, which...
It's a pretty good hand from Chris Kelly. He's got three. Any hand with 3PO is a good hand. I do think that this build of Communing, though, is more vulnerable to the Hunt Down V deck than the I Must Be Allowed to Speak version. But that's why they play the games.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Give me 1 second.
I think that was a Mustafar private platform coming down. As well as it looks like some Malachor sites, I think. And the bridge. So so far it looks like we've had a couple of Malachor sites, Mustafar private platform, and a bridge.
So Drew's actually borrowing my shields, which is why I noticed he was using an illegal starting effect. Slightly embarrassing on my part. Here's Camino and the clone birthing chamber from Chris Kelly. Yes, foil Jedi business. Chris Kelly wants everyone to notice that the walkling, and you can sort of see it here in the photo, is miscut. It's missing the title of the card, and below it you can see the title of the next card down on the cut sheet. He's very proud of this, and he wants us to talk about it. So it looks like Chris is going to flash R2 and Red 5 with squadron assignments to pull out another copy of Luke. We saw that he did have a copy of Luke in his hand, but you always want to get those Destiny 1s out of there. Mm-hmm. So he's going to take the Luke out of his reserve deck instead. You have to think that if that had gone the other way around and he had a Luke... Well, he did, but you went... He did it that way to get the Destiny 1 Luke out of his deck, as opposed to flashing the Luke to get a Destiny 7 ship out of his deck, which would have been bad.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
No, always want to get those ones out of your deck as quickly as you can by whatever means necessary.
R2 and Red 5 is Destiny 0.
I mean, only if you draw it for sense. Or Nabrin.
Or if you make poor decisions. It's always your choice.
Or if you decide to flip a coin for it for whatever reason. And
I mean,
really
if you're Two-Face playing Star Wars CCG, yeah.
That would be anarchy.
See Mustafar coming down from Drew. And the new Vader V with his lightsaber.
Is he also starting the new effect that lets Hunt down pull Mustafar and...
He's starting Crush, yeah.
Gives the Devastator all that. Crush V.
Crush V.
Yeah.
Starting I Am Your Father, Crush V, and the Hunt Down V effect, whose name I always forget, the Hatred card effect.
Mm-hmm.
So Vader's going to move over from Mustafar to Malachor. There is a vaccine policy, Kaneko. Everyone has to be vaccinated, and there is also a mask policy in the game room. So we are not in the game room. We're in a hallway outside. But yes, when we go into the game room, we are wearing masks, and everyone in the game room is wearing masks.
I didn't see what that effect was that he just put on the Malachor site. Did you see?
I think it was projection. Pretty sure.
I thought I saw him pay 3 for it, which I guess means he got it with Walklang.
Yeah, so projection.
Yeah.
3PO is going to come down to Camino. Drew's using the new Players Committee sleeve set that comes as a donation prize. So if you like Drew's sleeves, be sure to donate to the Players Committee when the next donation season comes around, and you can get your own set. There are 8 games today, and the top 8 players after 8 games move on to tomorrow. If there are more than 8 players sitting at 6-2 after 8 games, the 6-2 players will play 1-game playoff to determine who makes the top 8.
So everybody today will play 4 games with light side and 4 games with dark side, and
assuming we don't horribly mess up.
well, yeah. Accounting for somebody's probably going to have a bye on occasion. And, yeah, if there are too many 6-2s at the end of the day, they do 1-game playoffs, and those will be later tonight. I'll still be sticking around for those if they happen. And then day 2 will be tomorrow, where the top 8 play in an elimination bracket to determine who is the world champ. So, actual champ will be crowned tomorrow. Today, all we have to offer you is lots and lots of Star Wars cards.
I'm not sure what kind of space Drew's running. Whatever it is, I don't think it's anything he wants to... It's probably just the Devastator, and I'm not even sure how he wants to play that in this matchup. Does he want to send it to... Well, he's got the Emperor's Shuttle. It looks like he is going to try to stock up Mustafar, satisfy battle plan.
And there's the Emperor.
Emperor on the shuttle. 2 force for the Emperor because Chris played Goldenrod.
And Tarkin? So 4 force?
Yes.
Yep. It's a classic for a reason.
So that shuttle is fully immune to attrition, power 5, and drawing 3 destiny. You know what it's weak to?
Power.
X-Wing cannons.
Yeah, that too. Defense value is low. Power is pretty low, considering for how much force it costs to put on the table.
Yeah,
the power is pretty low.
The power's low, but it does draw 3 destiny, so that's going to make up for the power discrepancy. But if
exactly, but like if can set up like Home 1 with Akbar and Poe Dameron or something, you're going to outpower them.
More importantly, if Chris just slaps down X-Wing cannons on Luke in R2 and Red 5.
Oh yeah,
moves over to Mustafar.
For this matchup, that's the much more relevant.
Then he can just chase that shuttle around all day.
Yeah,
because it's maneuver 3, I'm pretty sure, right? So you pay 3 force, you draw 1, and you shoot it lost.
Yeah, no. If cannons happen, that shuttle's dead. if he deploys the cannons and moves over, he moves the shuttle away, for sure. Unless he has just a foolproof way to stop them from shooting.
We do not see Coward out of... Okay, well, there's Mace.
Yeah.
So he says,
And then that's Luke Rebellion's hope.
It's really right. So it's not the retrieval Luke.
Yeah.
All right, and that's also going to flip Hunt down V.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was a meditation on Mace.
Yep, meditation. It's 2 games in a row that we've seen meditation on someone other than Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Chris loses a 7 off the top to Visage.
Mm-hmm.
Passes it over. And peels Blaster Deflection and Anakin to 1 Force Drain. You should have to lose 3 total, right?
Because, there's the other Drain of 1 and
Drain of
space.
2 and a Drain of 1.
I believe so.
Right, it's the Malachor Drain is +1 from the sight, +1 from the saber, -1 from projection, so it's a drain of 2.
Should be. Unless that's not the site, I think it is. But I'm pretty sure it's that site.
Well, we're going to deploy phase. And here is 5th Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like there is now a cannon on R2 and Red 5.
Yep, it does look like that.
5th Brother's the ability 4-1? Or ability 5?
Fifth Brother is power 4, ability 5.
Ability 5, okay.
He gets extra power with a Jedi, but defense value -2.
Okay. And Hatred card on Mace. Chris is going to lose Transmission Terminated.
Is that a non-combo transmission terminated?
Non-combo Transmission Terminated? Is that what that is?
What? I don't. Well, I'm not sure what that card is, but let's go with it. So for this hour, the token will be Transmission Terminated, not the combo version, just regular old Dagobah Transmission Terminated. It will be the token, the second token of the day for this hour.
Alright, so the swing on Mace missed. Mace swung back and hit the Inquisitor. Darkseid won the battle. Lightside peeled 2 force, but Mace's immunity was not cracked, so Mace will stick around. Luke with the cannons is at Mustafar, so
Yep,
the shuttle runs away.
Ran away.
What do you think about the play of coming down with Luke first? You do get, you do come out and you hold the system, but you lose the ability to come down and battle with the cannons at the same site as the shuttle.
There are pros and cons, I think. You really like putting it out there preemptively. It's the kind of thing that is going to be really difficult for Drew's space package to engage with. So by putting it down preemptively, you're kind of just locking down, like, okay, I'm going to be in space for most, if not all, of the game. Which then, as you go from there into interacting on the ground, you're getting more free drains in. Where, like, if you were to do that in reverse and try to establish yourself on the ground first and then go to space to get the free drains, well, you're not getting to step 2 of that equation because it's hunt down V.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I could see it going either way. I think the interesting thing about this matchup is trying to do this without Luke on the ground. That's not a way that you typically see mains focused decks engaging with hunt down.
Right, although that is how this particular build
This particular
is built
build,
for.
sure, yeah. But
And here's Rey coming down to back up Mace. Did you win already?
best it's ever been.
Mm-hmm. It was Johnny Chu.
I told you once, you son of a gun.
What?
Let's see if they're still in there. Halfway playing, I'm gonna go eat.
And especially like with space packages like this one, being in the superior position and getting to chase, and they have to run away, is just as good as if you were to come down and just clear it.
Well, yes and no, because he's still satisfying battle order now.
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm just not sure how much of an advantage that is. Like, there's so much activation. I think both players are, like, even if battle plan, battle order weren't a factor, both players are able to pay for whatever they need to pay for. But it does matter on the margins of, like, maybe he draws an extra card or 2 into his hand.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Rey with lightsaber, backing up Mace, and R2 moving over in front of the Emperor shuttle. And this position seems to heavily favor Chris, unless Drew can come up with something else. He's going to activate. That is a drain of 4 at the 2-2, yes. This is a drain of 2 on Malachor. You lost Corrin, and I couldn't see what the other card was.
But no, going back to like what you were saying before about space, this is just, and there we see Tarkin's bounty coming down
On Tarkin, achievement unlocked.
But my play style is just, I've always been a person who, if you've got good cards in your hand, put them on the table. And there are other players who are better than me who approach it as like, if you've got good cards in your hand, hold them in your hand until the opportune moment when it's the right moment to play that card.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I have struggled with and have worked on, and I just like, no, I've got this great character in my hand. Why wouldn't I just put him on the table? So I'm kind of a fan of, like, if you've got the Luke and the Red 5 and the cannon, put them on the table. Let him worry about them.
So Grand Inquisitor comes down to the Naboo site, stacks a hatred card on Rey. Her text appears to be canceled, and yes, EPP Mara as well. Chris looks like he's going to 3PO. Or he's going to barrier Mara, and that barrier's going to get grabbed.
Yep.
Good barrier right there. So no battle. Shuttle's going to move away. Chris is going to draw cards. Or Drew, rather, is going to draw cards. Recirculate, pass it over to Chris. Lose Vader to Visage. I wonder if Chris has either a sorry about the mess or a clash here.
Yeah, either one would be very, very good.
Or just a blaster deflection and another beater.
Yeah.
It's just as good, honestly.
We've all seen Chris Kelly play mains. He's certainly, if he's got the cards in hand, he's certainly very capable of.
I'm not sure if that's his hand or his deck, but I saw a Clash. I think I saw a Qui-Gon, Daughter of Skywalker. Looks like that's his hand. Drains at Camino, Emperor Shuttle, and I can't really make out that card because of the glare. It's a character.
Oh, is that another Inquisitor, maybe? I don't know.
Sorry about the mess. Sense. Draws a 5. That will cancel it. Chris is not playing Sense Protection.
Yeah, we don't see any sense shields.
Yep.
On the table for either player right now. Which I think probably means they're both playing it.
I'm a little surprised not to see at least wise advice or oppressive. More so wise advice. Alright, here's Anakin with Rey's lightsaber transferring over to become Anakin's lightsaber.
Dorsch in chat saying, now is the time for the shame pull of the sense protection.
And
something that I am so familiar with.
We saw that from Justin Desai in the last game. Here's Sand stacking an R2 and... couldn't quite tell what that other card was. It was a foil of some sort.
It's a pretty good bet when Chris Kelly's involved.
A Jedi of some kind. Looks like we're swinging. Mara's hit.
And are we going to see the mess or the other
Kit
or the
Fisto.
clash? Or
Yep. Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto. That is indeed a Jedi of some kind.
And here's looks like maybe a sniper to add 3. So a 4 and a 1. I'm not sure who he was swinging at. Would hit Ray, would not hit the others.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on
It's
there.
unfortunate. All right, both dark side characters are hit. Tough situation here for Drew. His total battle destiny is +2, but he's still going to need a Gick here. They're adding up the power right now.
Yeah.
Looks like 3, 4, 9, 13, 19 to 4, 9, 14. So them and 5. And Ray goes for light side, and I think it should be 5 overflow for dark side. Or sorry, 7 overflow because because Mace is power +2 at that site. So life force count going on, so it appears that Drew might not have the Gick.
Yeah, and I think credit for this battle you can put all the way back to that barrier last
Absolutely.
turn, because that's, I think if there's no barrier, that's just a hit and run battle.
Drew's put 5 cards from his hand face down on the table, near his lost pile. 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. Okay, he was down by 6.
Yeah, I think I always just have such a hard time reading like exactly which characters are on table, what's their power, what are all the possible modifiers, and then what are the actual destiny numbers of what they drew.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
was
like I'm just gonna
yeah.
guys just do it, and however much you lose is how much you were supposed to lose. I'm not gonna try to.
We are now allowed to active judge, but we were guessing at some of those numbers. So.
Yeah.
We thought it was 7, it was 6.
If we see something really egregious, like 2 Greedos on the table at once, we're allowed to go point it out. But stuff like power totals in a battle where we can't even read all the destiny numbers, it's like. But I think at the is that so Mace is still there. He survived that battle.
Mace survived the battle. And so did Anakin. He only lost Rey. And remember, if
Mace and Anakin.
If Drew comes down and battles him here on his turn, he can pick up Kit Fisto off the sand effect and have Kit available for the counter beats alongside that Daughter of Skywalker that we saw in his hand.
Mace and Anakin together, that never went wrong for anybody. Another Mara. Did he get that Mara back, or is that just another copy?
I think it's a different Mara. Or did he play No Escape? He might have played No Escape.
I don't
see it.
a No Escape.
Might just be a different Mara. He's going to stack a hatred card on Mace. He comes down with Mara and 5th brother.
Yeah, that's the 5th brother.
Also plays First Strike.
I think what is that?
Oh yeah, no Escape is on table. It's right there. It's on the right. Yep.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell. But yeah, so that apparently is where the Mara came from.
And we're again going to see a sniper to add to the draw. So add 3, hit Mace. Mace is hit. And that should, along with the +2 to Battle Destiny, be able to clear the site. Mace swings and hits Mara. Or somebody swung and hit Mara. Might have been Anakin for all we know.
I think he's got up to 2 swings left if he wants them.
Yep.
To try to clear out the 5th brother as well.
And Drew's also going to play Coward now to prevent, if he does clear the site, to prevent retrieval. And Chris, seeing that, is going to pitch Walkling right now to retrieve Mace.
Yeah, I think if that doesn't come out, then the battle ends, and then Lightside gets first action after the battle and can immediately just Walkling a lightsaber back. But you put Coward out there ahead of time.
He draws a 1 for Battle Destiny. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah, that's not what he wants. Didn't see what Chris drew.
Or then he draws a 2. Did he have a redraw? Did he get 2 Destiny somehow?
didn't see what he played. Like, did he play a closed call used
I
or
didn't.
something
I
like
didn't
that?
see him play a Sith Fury or a close call or anything like that. It should. It still shouldn't matter because let's say he did get 2 Destiny and it's a 3 plus 2 is 5 to total battle Destiny minus 2 from Yoda's hut. He still doesn't have to lose Anakin.
Yeah.
So Anakin's going to stick around there, and
Yeah, I mean, unless he thought he might have a 5
right,
on
and
the
that's
bottom or something
big
like
because
that.
now
Yeah.
Chris is going to get to drain for 3 on his turn.
Mm-hmm. 4, I think, right?
Just 3 because Mace is gone, right?
Doesn't
So
Anakin have a saber, or is that a different?
Yeah, Anakin has a saber. So it's a drain of 2 plus 1 from the saber, right?
Right, plus Mustafar. So it total drains of 5.
Oh, sorry, I meant at the 2-2.
Oh yeah. No, that was big for Chris.
Yeah. The Mustafar drain, I think, is just 1, right? Because Vader's on table and Padme's not.
Oh yeah, you're right. I always mess up that text.
Going to be Han Chewie Falcon coming down to battle the Emperor shuttle. This is an interesting one.
Drew has enforcement out.
He's got.
That's how he got the redraw. I don't.
He's got a.
I don't
Does
see
he have
it.
2 7s there for the Power Destiny and the Battle Destiny?
I don't see enforcement anywhere, but maybe it's one of those effects. Under the first strike. Oh.
Is enforcement under first strike there?
Apparently
Okay.
that effect under the first strike is enforcement.
Okay.
And that's how he was redrawing.
Okay. Is this going to clear the? It's going to clear Emperor and Tarkin. That's tough. This game's not going well for Drew.
And Han Chewie and the Falcon survived that. That is definitely not what you want
7s are good.
if you're Drew.
7s are really good.
Yeah. And if you've got, I mean, essentially now you leave Red 5 at Mustafar. The shuttle can't land on Kamino because that's an interior site.
Correct.
It could land on Mustafar,
But
you
it
can't
can't get there.
You can't get there.
Nope.
It's either you have to have stuff in hand to back up the shuttle
Well,
right now.
Chris just lost a Gick to First Strike.
You mean Drew just lost again?
Drew just lost a Gick to
Yeah.
First Strike.
No, you either have to have something to put in the shuttle and back it up right now, or you need a Gick in hand, or you're probably losing.
Well, I think you're probably losing anyway.
I would tend to agree, but
I mean, in fairness, if Drew wanted to, he could have lost the shuttle.
yeah,
last
for
turn.
sure. I'm
The fact
sure
that he
he's
didn't
got
means that he has one of those.
at least something
Yeah.
to.
Like, Drew's a good player. He understands that the shuttle has a permanent pilot. He either has a way to protect it, or he would have just lied. So, okay,
Yeah.
he's going to handshake here.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a handshake.
So, congrats to Chris Kelly. Going to move to 2-0. Drew Lichtenstein going to fall to 1-1.
Yep. And if you want to connect to discuss strategy and mingle with your fellow Star Wars CCG players online, connect to our active Slack channel. Go to starwarsccg.org and click on the social media links at the top to connect. And yeah, so game 2 in the books. Hey, Dorsch, I'm trying to keep it a little bit professional. Get through these ad reads that they handed me.
We have contractual obligations.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're not up here hawking Blue Apron and Tommy John and
We do, however, have these sweet new PC hats.
the hats are very cool.
From Pacific Headwear. Pacific Headwear makes high-quality hats that can be customized with their Flex Fit Tech 110. Pacific hats for all of your hat needs. We're gonna take a short break.
Yeah, we'll take another short break. We'll talk to the tournament directors and figure out who the matchup's going to be for round 3, and we'll be back with you shortly.